So this is the fastest way to eliminate pain and inflammation in your body. You take the cucumber juice. Now that's the main ingredient. What we have here on the island is a whole bunch of coconuts. So we like to stretch out our cucumber juice. But plain old cucumber juice is the remedy. It's very alkaline forming, flushes out the acid crystals that have built up that are causing the pain in your joints, causing the pain in your heart, in your brain, because the acid crystals are the residuals of the foods of civilization. So in order to eliminate pain, what you do is you juice up a whole bunch of cucumbers, and then you take 5 Purazyme with that every single morning. And then the next step, after the addition of the alkalinizing living water of the low sugar cucumber juice, watermelon juice works very well if you're along your journey, but so many people have been exposed to the low quality fried oils and the cooked animal products that their cells don't respond very well to the sugars in fruits. So you have to move slowly. The cucumber does have some sugars, but it's much lower than, say, watermelon. But after you've spent some time eliminating the foods of civilization and bringing in the foods of nature, the fruits and the herbs are the only really anti-inflammatory foods. So our society really pushes inflammation, but it's not a very good idea to be in pain and stiffness and discomfort all the time because the foods taste good. So the simple, basic, high water foods with minerals in them that keep all the acids out of your body is how you'll stay thin. That's how you'll keep your joints flexible, and it's how you'll release all the pain and inflammation from your body. So you take a 32-ounce jar of juice, and this is how you start your day, and then you take 5 of the Purazyme, which has super high concentrated protease, and that's going to help you eliminate the inflammation from the excess protein as well as the excess carbohydrates that have been cooked, which do not really digest and leave a lot of mucus and residues behind. The animal products leave a lot of pus. That makes it possible for the pathogens, the parasites, and the bacteria, the fungus, the yeast, and the molds to accumulate in their body, in your body, and then what they do is they poop inside your body. And depending on the type of microorganism of the pathogenic type is going to be how much of the inflammation you're going to experience. So the key is to keep all the fluids clean, to keep the lymph baby clean. Like, what would you feed a baby? You know, if you want to be super healthy and keep yourself from pain and diseases, feed your body like a baby for the rest of your life. You would feed your baby nice cucumber slices, wouldn't you? But you wouldn't go and feed your baby like fried JoJo's. That would be a bad move because it would start the process of making the baby sick. And as you get older and older and you continue to bring in these fried foods, processed foods, dead foods, the basement membrane continues to get more and more clogged. So you have to eat more and more food, exposing yourself to more and more chemicals and residues while simultaneously clogging up the basement membrane, not even getting the real nutrition that your body needs, which is the living water and the minerals, so that you can really be the ultimate breathing machine that you were meant to be, because it's the breath that's going to eliminate the pain, the fresh air coupled with the living water, allowing the oxygen to get to those places, using the enzymes to break up the occlusions in the blood vessels, in the lymphatic system from the stagnated, coagulated, fried fats, fried oils, cooked grains, and everything else that I know is so popular out there. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to have the best skin, the clearest brain, the highest consciousness, the least amount of pain, the least amount of smell, the best bowels, you're going to find that it's going to be fresh fruits and leafy green vegetables all the way, bar none. That's from 18 years experience working with all these dudes that have been doing this for a long time. And the process of regeneration can be difficult. You have to stay in it for the long haul because you have to get your body used to being able to actually partake of healthy foods. And as you're doing the detoxification of the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual karmic toxins, as you raise up the ladder in your awareness, you're going to have to continue to work and work and work because it's always another level. But if you want to just sit still and stay stagnant, I understand that. I really do. But what happens is you're fine for in your 20s and your 30s, but then all the things, they really, really build up that you're not paying attention to. And then in your late 30s, of course, I work with people from all ages with all diseases, starting because the parents were already consuming really crappy, nasty stuff. And so the babies are coming out sick and degenerated. And so what I'm here to do, and this video is just a basic little thing that I'm doing for my job, but there is a deeper level, and I hope to someday get into the actual regeneration of humanity. And it's only going to be for the select few, but oh my God, I can't wait till that day comes. But I've not really got permission. I still have a little bit of work to do on myself. But anyways, I've come a long way. And I want to just keep sharing the basic information because I know that's where about 99% of the people are. In fact, I've never met anyone really who's interested in actual, real regeneration and truly doing the hard work, which is the most rewarding work of all. Because once you become aware, then you can't keep doing stupid things that hurt you. So you have to grow. But if for some reason you don't love yourself enough, or don't revere life enough, or don't care about this gift enough that this life is, to continue to grow it within you, for the life to grow. So you're like the gardener of your own growth, of your own soul within your body temple that you've been given. And so you want the temple to work well. And one way to do that is to moderate the amount of food consumed, and make sure that it's very high water, because when you're a baby, you're like 85% water. And every progressive decade, you go down like 5% of your water content in your body, and it becomes more and more calcified minerals from the tap water, the cooked dead foods, the low quality poisons, and all the additives and preservatives and things that don't really belong there. They slowly accumulate, and everyone has different rates of detoxification. You know what I mean? And if you don't have, some people have a super high rate of detoxification and can get away with everything for a long time till like their 50s. That's when they start taking pharmaceutical drugs to suppress the symptoms. Well, what you want to do is get on it now and get yourself hydrated and get yourself to where you are illuminated in your cells so that your blood is pure. Really, if you want to focus on anything, focus on hydrating and purifying your blood and making sure that you are not taking in foods that are blocking the blood vessels, that are thickening the blood. Because I've seen the live blood cell analysis, and when you eat those low quality, fried, cooked foods, the blood just gets sticky. And some of these microcapillaries in your brain and in your heart that lead to, well, they have these microscopic blood vessels that get to the deeper recesses in your heart and your thymus gland, your thyroid, your pituitary, and your pineal, and all the other areas that are associated with more sensitivity and more awareness. Those are the first areas to go because they have the smallest micro blood vessels, and those get clogged first. Then the thicker ones later and later and later. So you get, it's like either you're going up and out and expanding, or you're contracting down and the blood vessels get blocked, and then you lose blood flow to those areas that are associated with higher consciousness and higher awareness, and it goes down, down, down. Pretty soon you've eaten so many dead animals because you have to be heartless in order to slay and murder your brothers and sisters on the earth. I know that it's innocent ignorance, but it's still ignorance. And if you're going to kill that, that's going to clog up your heart and turn your heart hard. But by then, the higher consciousness has gone down, 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 down. But you want to go up. And the best thing to raise your consciousness is the highest vibrational fruits and vegetables, because these are pure energy. And the beauty of the fresh fruits and vegetables is that you get to do what you want with the energy. When you eat the animals or the dead foods that are lower vibration, they move your energy downwards into a lower, slower, and then you're like on earth and you're focused on the things that are transient. When you take the power and the living energy in the fruits and vegetables, which for the most part can vibrate higher than human beings. So the fruit vibrates way up here, and the average human is right down here. So the fruit takes you up, up, up. And so that's going to shed off all of the lower vibrations, and that's the hard part. That's why most people fail on the high vibration lifestyle diet, which is an animation of the blood, an animation of the living cells in your body. You're all living cells, and the microorganisms are all living cells. You want to work with the beneficial ones and get out the ones that are more the pathogenic, that are more acidic, and have certain types of consciousness too. So clean your body out, purify your temple, and bring in that living life force energy from the living cucumbers and the living lychees and the living coconuts and the living oranges and the living bananas and the living celery and the living lettuce and the living cilantro. Then you can take that living life force energy and become a divine creator. Otherwise, if you eat the animals, you're getting like animal consciousness energy, and then you're going to have that within your consciousness, and you're going to go down, 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 and you're going to start acting and thinking and having the energy consciousness of a dead pig who is so sad that it had to die. So you're like eating this sad death, and that's going into your consciousness, and we wonder why we're destroying the planet, been killing each other for hundreds of thousands of years. But it doesn't have to be that way once you realize that now human beings are on such a higher level of awareness and tools that we have to go outside and eat the electrical live foods that have no death consciousness but only life, because the tree of the fruit wants to give you her life. That tree is the mother and wants to give you the fruit of the blossom so that you can take that into your body and spread her seed. And then everyone wins in the eternal plan. But when you slit the throat of the innocent animal, which is psychopathic, okay, that's disgusting. And that's what we do in our society, and that's why everything is so insane. And that's why there's so much pain and so much suffering. And then we pass it on from generation to generation, and then the overcomer has to come and burn up all the karma and spend his whole life burning up the karma of the innocent ignorance of the ones that came before him. But if you are an overcomer, you want to rise to the top. You want to be one of the ones who cleanses and purifies and burns up all the karma. It may not look pretty on social media. The world might not like you. In fact, they will hate you. They will want to hang you up on a cross. But you must move forward anyways and tell the truth and be the truth, because it is all pure light. You're never going to hear that from the dead eaters of the dead animals and the dead foods. You're going to hear that from the living live foods that are awakened in the energy of the power that is eternal. And we want to get our souls clean, and we want to burn our karma, and we want to say to hell with all the cultural ignorance which perpetuates the cycle of downward sadness and focusing on what's going on the planet instead of what's going on, and leaving an eternal legacy for our brothers and sisters to rise up into their king and queenship. Can you dig it? And it's the pure energy that's going to get you there. Then you are the one that can take the pure energy and the pure foods that nature wants you to eat. The cow does not want you to eat it. Okay? And the grains are going to clog you up and make you pale. But the fruits and vegetables are going to give your blood color. The blood's going to get to all those places in your brain. And you're going to cleanse and cleanse and cleanse. And you're going to work out the karma from your family and your generations. You're going to stop that. And then you don't make any more sick babies. And you can make superior children with high consciousness, good blood flow, and total development all along the way by supporting life while in utero, and even prior to that by setting yourself up properly so that you can create proper children and we can save humanity. It may be difficult.
Hell, it may even be impossible, but someone has to have the vision, someone has to share it, because there are going to be those individuals that want to have that soul illumination that comes with actually living a life where we work with nature to make this a better place, to build a better humanity by starting with ourselves and being wise and making the sacrifice of the short-term pleasure for the long-term eternal joy of our souls.